The family of a father of three killed in a head-on crash last month. More on the calls for Andrew's Law in Ontario.
Plus, if an election were held in Toronto today, who would you vote for as mayor? We're unpacking a brand new public opinion poll. We're going to tell you what Olivia Chow and John Tory are saying.
Also tonight, it is day 2 of TIFF. We're back on the red carpet this hour. The stars have been arriving for the world's premiere of the new period drama, The Coral. We're giving you a live shot from Roy Thompson Hall.
And these are live shots from Royal Alexandra Theatre. Cillian Murphy walking the red carpet, speaking right now this hour. This is for the premiere of his film, Steve.
You're watching live at 5.
Good evening, I'm Bakari Savage.
And I'm Lena Latafat. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, Oscar winner Cillian Murphy is walking the red carpet this hour. This is for the world premiere of the film, Steve.
CP24's Arda Zakarian
since 8 a.m. He said that
speaking with him live right now. Let's listen in live.
It's been 13.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
So tell me what it's been like to come back to this city.
I always have an amazing time when I come to Canada, and specifically Toronto. I've shot here, and I think I've had 5 films in the festival over the years. So the people are so lovely, and they love their movies. So it's great to be back.
Do you have a favorite part about our city?
The people, I think. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Pardon?
They're going crazy for you here. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
And Cillian Murphy, we were just talking to him just a minute ago. We're trying to see if we can catch a little bit more of him talking. So he talked a lot about his role. He said that he comes from a family of teachers, and he wanted to make this film because he also loves the book. Now, this is the writer, Max Porter. Let's just take a little bit of a listen in to see what he's talking about.
Situation that these people find themselves in when they are looking off.
Okay, we're going to talk to him in just a little bit, but let's continue about this movie. Set in the 1990s, this film is about a last chance reform school for teenage boys and for teenagers. So they all come to this school looking to basically change themselves, but Cillian Murphy's character, who is the headmaster, is grappling over how to conduct the school, dealing with different people, teachers, all at the same time. This is all happening in one day, all at the same time. A documentary film crew is also at the school doing a profile on the school. So it's interesting to see that whole dynamic and how things are falling apart, going from being a positive profile to the school to possibly an expose. And also there's, on top of everything else, there's the impending school closure as well. So this is at the Royal Alexandra Theatre. Coming up next in just a little bit, in just a minute, is going to be Max Porter. He is going to be talking to us. He is the writer of this book as well, and he wrote the novella, and it was called Shy. And as Cillian Murphy was saying, they flipped it. Now this movie is called Steve, and Steve is the title character's name. Shy is the name of one of the students that Steve deals with at the reform school. So we can see lots of different people coming down the red carpet. I'm just going to take a little bit of a peek to see who else is there on the red carpet. We can see that that's the director. That's Tim. Tim and Cillian Murphy share a long relationship as well. They have been working on, they said that they're very good friends. They worked on another film together in 2024, also directed the 3rd season of Peaky Blinders. So here we have Max. Hi, Max. We're live on CP24. We're a 24-hour news station.
Great.
Tell me about your book, your novella, Shy. How did you go from that into now we're walking the red carpet here at TIFF?
Yeah, I guess I made friends with the right people. Well, one of the cool things was that Cillian said, let's do another project. And we talked about a few things. And I said, well, what if we just take the world of that novel and just spin it? And I love the idea that you could do that. Like with anything, you know, like you take Pride and Prejudice and just tell it from Darcy's point of view. Like same universe, but a totally different weather system, a totally different set of interconnections between people. So I relished it. Absolutely loved it.
And when you're writing a book, I'm sure you have the cast of characters in your own mind, fully developed. Is this totally different than what you started with in your own head?
Few of them are exactly as I thought. Like when I wrote the character of Shola, to me that was Simbi in my mind. And then when she agreed to do it, I was like, that's like a beautiful peg going into a beautiful hole. Everything is perfect there. Same for Killian. I wrote it for him. When we cast the boys, what was extraordinary was that we had a first draft of a script. We auditioned the tape. We saw 3,000 tapes. And when you see the kid, you know. And if I need to change the script to make the kid, have a different regional accent or different cultural heritage or whatever, fine. Because the heart of the thing, they've nailed it, And I love that instant recognition. They get it. We want them. So it was a joy.
Killian and you are great friends. That's what he said anyway. So tell us, what else do you have in store? Do you have any other projects that are coming up?
He's a busy boy. He's got a lot in the pipeline. We co-curate a music festival together in Ireland, and that's happening next week. It's called Sounds from a Safe Harbour, so we're both heading over to Ireland next week to do some really interesting collaborations with musicians. Music is a big part of our friendship, so that's a joy for us to be able to explore that together. So maybe further down the line there'll be some musical projects, or keep on playing, keep on testing one another, keep on listening to one another, keep on widening our circle of acquaintances. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Have you had a chance to see the film?
Yeah.
And tell me what your thoughts are.
Well, for Killian, I think it's one of the great performances I've ever seen on film in my life. It's astonishing. I think Tim is a director that he's maybe the only person that could have done this. It's a very unconventional script, and what Tim did is make a film that has the texture of a novel, from a novel that has the texture of a collage. Like, it's got a really crazy energy about it, and it's very, very moving. All the performances are astonishing, but the two leads, Jay and Killian, are mind-blowingly good. So my first reaction when I saw it was I was humbled that these people would bring this level of artistry to this story. Yeah, it's a mind-blowing film.
Max, thank you so much.
Thank
it's a
you.
pleasure. You are a busy person too then, not just Killian, but up next is you.
He gets longer breaks between shit than I do.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for your time. You too. Max Porter is the author of the novella Shy, and this novella was turned into this movie. This movie is called Steve, and as Max Porter said, they just flipped. It was from a different perspective. Instead of it being the perspective of the student, it's now the perspective of the headmaster. And here we have the director of the movie. Hi, how are you? Tim, it's a pleasure to meet you. We're a 24-hour news station in Toronto. And tell me what this day is like for you. It's finally here, the world premiere. You're walking the red carpet.
It's a mixture of excitement and being extremely nervous at the same time. That's what it is. Yeah. Can't express it any other way.
Are you happy that it's complete? Your film is complete.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of it. It's like having your children, like you show your children one of your child to the world, and you don't want anyone to talk bad about it.
Tell me about this film and how you decided to not tell it from the point of view of Shy, like in the novella, but you flipped it. Instead, you're talking. You now have the perspective of Steve, the headmaster, played by Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, what's more like Max's choice to do it from Kil's perspective, and I think it's a kind of ode to the devotion of teachers who see talent in youngsters where other only see failure, and I think that's a message which is very important. I think we all carry these teachers inside of us who believed in us, and I think this movie is about that belief, about trying to understand who we really are instead of building fences.
I love that. Does this movie have a happy ending? If we're talking about that,
I'll tell you. Don't ask me these questions. You have to see it.
Okay. This is the third time you've worked together with Cillian Murphy. Okay, so why do you guys keep gravitating towards each other?
I think we trust each other. That's number one, and we get some rhythm going. I guess, like we challenge each other. We always try to taste something wild, and that's what we're going for. Yeah, it's trust. I guess it's trust, really. Yeah.
And also, you have your own artistic vision that he gravitates towards as well.
Yeah, he seemed to like my ideas, so he embraces my crazy, insane ideas, and that's nice. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much for this, Tim. Appreciate it. Tim is the director of this film called Steve, having its world premiere here at the Royal Alexandra Theatre. The world premiere starts at 5:30. I can tell you right now, the street right behind me on King Street, it is filled, maximum capacity, filled with people. And we're just going to send it back to you in the newsroom because this is quite the experience to be here on the red carpet from the film Steve. Back to you.
I'm a huge fan of Cillian Murphy, Arda, but I have to say, for me, you are the star of that red carpet because you managed to get everybody. Arda Zakarian, how do you do it? Oh, she can't hear us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was Arda Zakarian live with Cillian Murphy on the red carpet for the world premiere of Steve. Let's take you live to another red carpet now.
This is CP24's. Is that Roy
What was
Thompson
it like
Hall?
working with Ray Fiennes? I mean, he throws himself into every project. Actually, we're going live now on CP24, so I just want to introduce you. This is Roger Allam. He's one of the cast members for the world premiere of The Coral. And I was going to ask you, Ray Fiennes, I mean, come on. He dedicates himself to every role. He didn't even know how to read music until now.
No. But he's very, very committed to whatever he does. Very serious about it. Very serious about the conducting. And so I've known him for years, decades, when we were at the Royal Shakespeare Company together, but we had never been in the same thing together. So
isn't that funny? After all these years.
Yeah, we were just. This was the first time, so that was lovely as well.
Was it because of the script and the writing and what the story was about that really brought you, Rafe, as well as Nicholas, who's also on the carpet here together?
I think so. Yes, I think absolutely. That brought us in. That brought us into it. I mean, many of us had worked with Nick before. Many of us had worked with Alan before, and the story itself is just very, very powerful.
Okay, so then we have to ask you, it's here at TIFF. This is a premium festival. To have its world premiere here, that's got to feel really special for you and the cast.
It does. I've never been to Canada before.
What do you think?
Well, I love it. I've only been here a day. I barely had a chance to walk out of my hotel, But I wish I was spending at least a week here to just sort of, be a bigger part of the festival. So. That's great. It's a very important. It's its 50th, isn't it?
Yes.
It's its 50th anniversary, so that's very important to be part of that. And it's great that we're opening our film at what has now become such an important festival.
Well, congratulations. I really hope you make time out to explore the city and come back, will you?
I will.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you. So there you have it. One of the cast members of The Coral, Roger Allam, good friend of Ray Fiennes, who is also the star of this film. Unfortunately, we were told about an hour ago that Ray couldn't make it to TIFF, so he's not walking the red carpet. But it was so nice to speak to Roger. And of course, the director is down the red carpet there as well, Nicholas Heitner. So the world premiere of The Coral getting underway. The screening starts at 5:30 right here at Roy Thompson Hall. We'll send it back to you in studio.
All right, CP24's GM Lee live from the red carpet at Roy Thompson Hall as we continue our live coverage of TIFF. We are in a day 2 now. Can you believe it?
Yeah, day 2, and it's going to get better. The weekend is going to be great as well. Gee, thanks so much for this. 5:13 now, 23 degrees. I'm not sure that the drive is going to be great, though. Let's get a check on that with Heather Seaman tonight. Heather.
Well, that's a good one because it's been an interesting afternoon. Parts of the city seeing some rainfall, so the roads are slick in areas. Do drive carefully. Other parts of the city, totally dry. So here is one of the areas where we're seeing dry roads. But we had a crash. It cleared moments ago. Westbound 401 Express near Dufferin Street. All lanes reopened. Traffic just getting back up to speed. Southbound 404 seeing some improvement from Finch to south of the 401. We had a crash southbound 404 near York Mills. That has since been cleared. It was in the HOV lane, but we're still seeing a lot of volume through there. And moments ago, here's where we're seeing we had some rainfall here. You can see the roads are slick. Northbound Don Valley Parkway, just before Don Mills, a collision cleared moments ago. It was blocking the right lane, so still a heavy drive. It's jammed from about Dundas to north of Lawrence. Here's the scene from near Eglinton. And the Gardner westbound is jammed up from about Jarvis to west of Bathurst. Here's the situation at Parkside, busy both ways. Off the major routes, police still at the scene of a multi-vehicle collision and the investigation at Belfield Road and Iron Street. That's it. Back to you.
This CP24 traffic report is brought to you by 407 ETR. Enjoy the journey with a stress-free commute.
It's 5:15, 23 degrees, and you're watching Live at 5.
Well, up next, the family of a man killed in a crash in Wichert, Stouffville last month met with the premier at Queen's Park today.
Welcome back. Premier Doug Ford is speaking out about dangerous drivers' penalties after meeting with the family of a man killed in a crash in Wichert, Stouffville last month.
CP24's crime analyst Steve Ryan joins us live with more. Steve.
Yeah, Bakari and Lena, Andrew Castillo was 35 years old on August the 3rd. He was driving his vehicle at 9:30 p.m. along with his wife and his 3 children. And the allegations are that an 18-year-old driver hit their vehicle head on, causing the death of Andrew and injuries to both his wife and his 3 children. So as a result of that fatality, Durham police identified and arrested and charged an 18-year-old driver with dangerous driving caused death, 3 counts of dangerous driving caused bodily harm, and 1 count of failing to stop after a collision. Now, the allegations are that that same driver was involved in a motor vehicle collision with one of the premier's government vehicles back in January, and he was out on a criminal release for 1 count of dangerous driving as a result of that incident. Today, we heard from the premier and from Andrew's family. His family is petitioning for Andrew's Law, where they are asking or calling upon the government to impose stiffer sentences for convictions for driving offenses such as dangerous driving. Now, dangerous driving is a criminal offense, so any sentence imposed by the court for the conviction of the dangerous driving has to come from the criminal court. The province, however, can implement their own sentencing on top of that, or, as you're going to hear from the premier, they can also suspend drivers' licenses immediately after certain offenses are committed. That's the plan, and one of those offenses would be for dangerous driving. Here's more from the premier and from the brother of Andrew Castillo, who spoke earlier today. Let's listen to both.
I told him that we'll make sure we have an Andrew's Law, that, you know, this wasn't an accident, it was a murder. This was a reckless, careless person that didn't care about people's lives, as he hit me going 230 kilometers and then took the life of Andrew, and what their family has to go through now, and the 3 little girls, and you know, this is going to be lifelong for him.
We appreciate all the condolences, and now it's time for change. Thank you, Mr. Ford, and your team, for rallying behind me and my family, my brother. This was preventable, and now it's time to prevent this from ever happening to any of your families. My brother Andrew, fantastic man with already a great legacy, and this would be another part of his. And to everyone that's been rallying behind and standing behind our family, thank you. We're eternally grateful, and we look forward to making the road safer in Andrew's name.
The 18-year-old had a bail hearing last month. He was remanded in custody, where he remains to this day, pre-trial custody. So back to you guys.
All right, and Steve, thanks so much for this. It's 5:20, 23 degrees. You're watching Live at 5.
And you know what? It's official. Metrolinx has confirmed that the Eglinton Crosstown LRT will not be opening this month. We have a reaction. Well, confirmation today that the long-delayed Eglinton Crosstown LRT will not be opening this month. But the head of Metrolinx saying that they're now hoping for an October opening.
Let's bring in CP24's Melissa Duggan with an update on the long overdue transit line. We're talking about yet another delay, Melissa.
Yeah, probably not coming as a huge shock to transit riders who are hoping to be able to ride the Crosstown Eglinton LRT. not going to be happening in September. Why were we even looking at September in the first place? Well, it was just a few months ago we had a bunch of officials, including Premier Doug Ford, who were eyeing September as the possible opening date. I want to remind you, it was 2020 when it was supposed to open. It has been much delayed. It is over budget. It's just seen a series of issues over the past few years that have kept it from running for travelers. What are we hearing today from Metrolinx CEO Michael Lindsay? Here he is.
The most important target that we have, and I'm sorry if I sound repetitive in respect of this, is to make sure that we have a safe and reliable system. That conditions everything. As I said, since it's not September, now we're hoping it's October. I mean, it really is about week over week, looking at what vehicle numbers tell us about the performance of this system, and then, in partnership with the TTC, taking the decision to start RSD. Hopefully that test goes well, and then we put passengers in a progressive ramp up on the system.
Something else we're hearing from Metrolinx, they're saying a 30-day revenue demonstration service period. That is needed to show the system is operating as designed. Should mention here, too, construction on all of this, it started some 14 years ago. A lot of local businesses along Eglinton have been holding their breath, waiting for this to get started. We were talking with the Jason McDonald with the Little Jamaica BIA for his reaction about yet another delay. Here he is.
All of this crisis that we're enduring is from the arrival of Metrolinx. Right now, we need the mayor. We need our mayor to intervene, to come in and to help save these small businesses within Little Jamaica and the property owners. It's a crisis in Little Jamaica, and as I've said before, it's a state of an emergency. We need as much support as possible.
So still no firm date, though, when it comes to the opening of the LRT. You know, Lena Makari, what we heard there from the CEO of Metrolinx is that he is hoping for an October opening. Back to you.
Okay, CP24's Melissa Duggan, live from the newsroom. Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks.
It's 5:25, 23 degrees. This is Live at 5.
And it is day 2 of TIFF. We're live on the red carpet for the world's premiere of the film Steve, starring Cillian Murphy. He just spoke with CP24's Arda Zakarian, and this right here is a live shot of all the fans on Festival Street. Stay with us.
Doug Ford vows to crack down on dangerous driving after speaking with the family of a father of 3 killed in a head-on crash last month. More on the calls for Andrew's Law in Ontario.
Plus, if an election were held in Toronto today, who would you vote for as mayor? We're unpacking a brand new public opinion poll. We'll tell you what Olivia Chow and John Tory are saying.
Well, also tonight, it's day 2 of TIFF. We are back on the red carpet this hour. Stars have been arriving for the world premiere of the new period drama, The Coral. Here's a live look from Roy Thompson Hall.
And these are live images from Royal Alexandra Theatre. Cillian Murphy just walked the red carpet for his film, Steve.
This is Live at 5.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lena Latifat.
I'm Bakari Savage. Welcome to Live at 5.
Oscar winner Cillian Murphy just walked the red carpet this hour for the world's premiere of his film, Steve.
And CP24's Arda Zakarian just spoke with him. You are awaiting the arrival of others for this film. This is at the Royal Alexandra Theatre. Arda.
Actually, it all wrapped up. They all came through the red carpet. All of the actors that are in this film, including the writer of the novella. The novella, it was originally called Shy, but they flipped it around. It was about a student, and then it became about a teacher named Steve, the head teacher to be exact. This film is about a last chance reform school, and the headmaster is Cillian Murphy, and he is trying to grapple with many different things, including challenging students, teachers that are also challenging, drug use that's happening, all in the same time, the impending closure of the school, It all happens in one day, and in that one day, there is a documentary film crew that comes to the school. They're doing a profile on the school, but it might end up becoming a little bit of an expose. So many things all happening, all challenging, all stressful for the character of Cillian Murphy. He said this role was a challenging one. Take a look.
It's trying to bring life to a person that's in a very, very stressful situation who's trying his best. It all happens over the course of one day, you know, and for us to achieve that narratively was quite a challenge.
I have a photo from 28 Days Later. His breakout role, I'll say.
And are you looking forward to seeing him?
Of course, big fan. I've been waiting for this moment for so long.
The last time he was here for TIFF, 13 years ago. So, well, you know, it's you can take a look around. People have been waiting. 9 o'clock this morning I got here, and let's get her done.
I'm happy to get the ticket, like to get into the fan zone, because that's never easy. So to get into a carpet of with you know, of his magnitude is pretty special.
And Cillian, he was well aware that people were waiting for him. He really, truly gave the time of day for everybody that was waiting him. He walked around the fans. They were all in a huge semicircle here waiting for him. He walked, shook hands, signed autographs, took photos. He did it all before he walked the red carpet. There's a group of fans here that are waiting as well. They're waiting to see maybe they could catch another glimpse of him. You guys got a chance to see Cillian? We have some nods. Yes, they did. You guys are happy? Yes. Okay, that's what we want, some happiness here at TIFF. This is, of course, the People's Festival. That's what it's called. That's because the people are the ones that get to go and see these films, be up close and personal with the movie stars, in this case with Cillian Murphy and so many others who are in this film, like Emily Watson and Tracy Ullman. And there's newcomers as well, the director of this film, as well as the writer of this novella, also really good friends with Cillian himself. His name is Max Porter. They've had many projects on the way. He even said that they're going to be doing a music festival right after this in Ireland together. When I asked Cillian what he loves most about Toronto, he gave the best answer possible: the people. Back to you in the newsroom.
Love that answer. And I love the fact that you can just bump into an Oscar winner on Festival Street, like just casually. Cillian Murphy, no big deal, right? That is the best thing about TIFF.
No big deal.
As you've been saying, Arda, it really is the People's Festival, isn't it?
Yes, it absolutely is. And King Street, by the way, is closed from University over to Peter for the duration of the next few days until Sunday. So you can literally walk the streets. You don't know who you can bump into, as you said, Lena. Anybody, any of these movie stars might say, hey, I want to check out the next film, and just walk along. And so this is truly an amazing experience to be here at TIFF 2025. Back to you.
All right, Arda, thanks so much for this. Let's take you live to another red carpet now. Stars walking the red carpet for a new period drama, The Coral.
CP24's G. Lee joins us live from Roy Thompson Hall. G.
Hi there, Bakari. Hi there, Lena. That's right. It's the world premiere of The Coral. The screening is well underway at 5:30. The unfortunate thing was it stars Ralph Fiennes, and we were told just before the red carpet locking down that he would not be able to make it today. But we were lucky enough to speak with cast member Roger Alam. And what was so fantastic about this is that they've been friends for a very long time, but never actually were in a project together, which is fantastic. It's a drama period piece focusing on a town where the men in the chorus, it's World War I, they have to go off to fight. So the director tries to recruit young adolescents to join the choir, and it's really about this story where music brings everyone together, especially during this difficult, dark period in history. And what was also interesting is that we had a completely different cast from the film Little Lorraine walk down the red carpet. So what was interesting about this was their screening is at Scotiabank Theatre, but there was no red carpet for it. So the cast of Little Lorraine came here, walked down the red carpet, joined us for an interview, and this is a Canadian film having its premiere at TIFF. Stars Stephen Amell. He portrays an out-of-work coal miner who takes on a job on a lobster boat. that is actually involved in drug smuggling. I know, it's so crazy, but you know what else is crazy? Singer, global superstar J Balvin makes his movie debut in this. We had a chance to speak to both Jay and Stephen on the red carpet for Little Lorraine. This is what they had to say.
Crazy because I'm such a fan. You know, I've been watching them for a long time, so it's a blessing to have him on the side.
I'm a proud Canadian, I'm a proud Torontonian, and when I read this story, I thought to myself, well, my sister went to school at Dalhousie, and when I went out to visit her, I thought to myself, boy, the East Coast of Canada is beautiful. And to go back out there, to be in Lewisburg, I stayed at like an Airbnb that was retrofitted by two lovely gentlemen, and just to be out there to film, to work with the Canadian crew, like a hard-working East Coast Canadian crew, was really special and something that I will cherish when I look back at it.
And you know what else was awesome is that actor Sean Astin, who also stars in Little Lorraine, was here with his daughter Allie. And Allie was talking about how she was so excited that her dad was working with the Green Arrow. Meanwhile, Stephen Amell was standing right beside them as she made that comment. So a lot of fun here on the red carpet. What a treat to have two casts from two different films on the same red carpet right here at Roy Thomson Hall. We'll send it back to you in studio.
Okay, CP24's GM Lee live from the red carpet at Roy Thomson Hall. So earlier today, there was a massive crowd that showed up. This is outside of the Princess of Wales Theater ahead of the premiere of the movie Christie.
Yeah, they were there to catch a glimpse of star Sydney Sweeney as she got out of the bus to walk the red carpet. She portrays the champion boxer in this film.
Well, Sweeney walked the red carpet with Christy Martin. She's the woman who the movie is based on.
I loved it. Did you get it? You did actually get hit, and she actually hit people. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It was so fun because we were fighting, and she'd be there, and she'd be like yelling, like hit him with the left hook.
How's her form?
Awesome. We worked on it. Yeah, we did. I made sure she was twisting on her punches.
It's another dry and windy day in paradise. Thanks to all drivers.
Also premiering at TIFF tonight is The Lost Bus, based on events that happened during the California campfire. Matthew McConaughey stars as a bus driver in a desperate attempt to bring a busload of children to safety. It makes its premiere later tonight at the Princess of Wales Theater.
It's 5:39. Let's get a check on the roads this hour with CP24's traffic specialist Heather Sheeman. Heather.
Hi there, Lena and Bakari. Well, it's a busy afternoon, a lot of volume on the roads, and seeing a few problems developing right now. So bear with me. 400 at Langstaff. Looks like we have a stalled vehicle. You can see all the volume there heading northbound. Out of camera view right now, 400 southbound at Canal Road in Bradford. The left lane and left shoulder blocked with a collision, so watch out for that. Another collision right here in the express lanes, westbound 401 at Avenue Road. You can see a police cruiser on scene blocking the left lane. Traffic is getting by, just a visual distraction right now. And at Brimley Road, actually McCowan, westbound 401 Express at McCowan. It looks like two right lanes rather, and the right shoulder blocked. You can see emergency responders and tow truck operators standing outside of their vehicles. So do drive carefully as you pass by. Again, that's the westbound 401 Express at McCowan. Let's scroll through here. Southbound 404 DVP combination, that is jamming up still from about Finch to south of the 401. I should say to south of York Mills. This is jammed. Not sure if there's a new development here. We did have a stalled vehicle blocking the right shoulder, but that shouldn't be the issue. I'll keep an eye out on this one. We did have a crash in the HOV lane here, but that has since cleared. Northbound Don Valley Parkway, we did have a crash earlier. That is cleared. You can see we had some rainfall in parts of the city. The roads are slick in some areas, so do drive carefully. Jumping ahead to the westbound Gardner. That is still jammed from about Jarvis to west of Bathurst. Just the typical volume through that stretch. And in town, just getting word that a pedestrian has been struck at Steeles and Midland. The vehicle involved remained at the scene, but there's going to be an ongoing investigation. That's it. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Heather. It's 5:41, 23 degrees. This is Live at 5.
Up next, the family of a man killed in a crash in Whitchurch, Stouffville last month, met with the premier at Queen's Park today. We'll tell you more. Welcome back. A man was injured in a shooting this morning near Don Mills Road and the Donway.
It happened in the parking garage of a building on O'Neill Road before 8:30. And police say that a man in his 40s was shot. His injuries are described as serious but not life-threatening. The suspect left the area.
And a man is seriously injured after a stabbing at DuPont and Lansdowne.
Yeah, police were called to the lobby of an apartment building around 12:30 this morning for reports that a man in his 40s had been stabbed multiple times. Police said that he was rushed to hospital by paramedics. His injuries are serious, but non-life-threatening.
Well, crews responded to the scene of a residential fire in Caledon this morning.
And Chopper 24 flew over the scene. This is near King Street and Ennis Lake Road, where it appears the entire structure was engulfed in flames. And Peel paramedics say they got the call around 7:30 this morning. No injuries have been reported at this time. OPP say nearby residents were forced out of their homes as a precaution.
Well, no injuries have been reported after a car crashed into a house in Etobicoke.
This happened around 10:30 this morning on Allenby Avenue near Islington and Rexdale Boulevard. And police say that the vehicle, it hit the house and then the driver ran away. So officers, they have still been in the area searching for the driver. They're asking witnesses or anyone with information to come forward.
Well, Premier Doug Ford is speaking out about dangerous driving penalties after meeting with the family of a man, a father of 3, killed in a crash in Whitchurch, Stouffville last month.
CP24's crime analyst Steve Ride joins us live with more. Steve.
Yeah, Bakari, Andrew Castillo was 35 years old on August the 3rd. 9:30 p.m. He was driving his wife and his 3 kids when his vehicle was hit head-on by an 18-year-old driver, being the only occupant in that motor vehicle. Mr. Castillo died as a result of his injuries. The 18-year-old, the allegations are, fled the scene, and police were able to track him down. He was arrested for failing to stop after a collision. 1 count of dangerous driving caused death, and 3 counts of dangerous driving caused bodily harm. Now, it is alleged that that same 18-year-old was on a criminal release when that fatality occurred, and that was as a result of a collision with one of the Premier's government vehicles with the Premier in it back in January. As a result of that occurrence, that same 18-year-old was charged with a count of dangerous driving and was out on a criminal release. So Mr. Castillo's family is now petitioning the courts, petitioning the government to pass Andrew's Law. And that law, they hope, would see that people convicted of dangerous driving offenses would face stiffer penalties. The Premier said that he and his ministry, the Solicitor General, are on board when it comes to stiffer penalties and immediate provincial sentences. Now, remember, dangerous driving is a criminal offense. So any sentence imposed upon conviction for that dangerous driving would be from the criminal courts. The province can then, through legislation, add another suspension on top of that within the province of Ontario, or they can initiate an immediate suspension upon somebody being charged with the offense of dangerous driving, and that would only apply in the province of Ontario, and that is what the Premier is looking at doing along with the Solicitor General and his Minister of Transportation. Here's more from the Premier and from Andrew's brother, who spoke today at Queen's Park. Let's listen.
And I made sure and I promised their family that I'm going to go through with Andrew's Law. And I mean, if you don't mind, Jordan, I'm going to just read off some of the stuff here, and very good points. And we are going to work with our ministers and Deputy Minister, Minister Prab Sakaria, as well as our great Solicitor General. And I just immediate suspension upon charges of serious offences, dangerous driving, impaired driving, stunt driving. That I agree 1,000%.
We appreciate all the condolences, and now it's time for change. Thank you, Mr. Ford, and your team, for rallying behind me and my family, my brother. This was preventable. And now it's time to prevent this from ever happening to any of your families. My brother Andrew, fantastic man with already a great legacy, and this would be another part of his. And to everyone that's been rallying behind and standing behind our family, thank you. We're eternally grateful, and we look forward to making the road safer in Andrew's name.
It is Andrew Castillo. I pronounce Castillo. My apologies. And the 18-year-old had a bail hearing last month, and he has been remanded and remains in pretrial custody. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Steve Ryan reporting live tonight. Steve, thanks so much for this. York Regional Police Chief Jim McSween is responding after backlash over comments he made following a deadly home invasion in Vaughan last weekend.
Abdul Alim Farouki, a father of four, was killed when at least 3 suspects broke into his home last Sunday. And police believe that robbery was the motive. So McSween later urged victims of a home invasion to not take matters into their own hands, but to call 911 and do everything they can to keep their loved ones safe. McSween has released a statement today which reads in part, quote, "When I told citizens not to take matters into their own hands, it had nothing to do with politics or with concern over force used against the perpetrators of home invasions. It was suggested as a tactic in the hopes of preserving lives should citizens be confronted with an armed intruder. There is no one piece of advice to offer to citizens who are faced with an intruder in their home, but calling 911 immediately and avoiding engagement with the suspects has proven to be an effective course of action. Ultimately, a citizen should do what they deem necessary to preserve their own safety and the safety of their loved ones."
And the Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police is also commenting on justice reform. This in the wake of recent home invasions and violent crimes across the GTA. A statement from that group reads in part, "We acknowledge that justice reform, including bail reform, is complex and must be guided by charter principles. But complexity cannot be an excuse for inaction. The increasing number of home invasions makes clear that Canadians are being failed by a system that seemingly prioritizes repeat offenders' release over public safety. Police leaders in Ontario are united in demanding justice reform that protects law-abiding Canadians, their families, and their communities from brazen criminals whose violent acts put lives at risk."
It's 5:50, 23 degrees. This is Live at 5.
Coming up, the next mayoral election is more than a year away, but a new poll shows Olivia Chow holds the lead in this race. Stay with us.
Well, Toronto's next mayoral race, it may be more than a year away, but some in the city's political sphere, they're already looking ahead.
Yeah, a new poll from Forum Research finds Mayor Olivia Chow holds the lead with support from 36% of voters, while former Mayor John Tory stands at 30%. Other potential contenders, Brad Bradford and Anna Bailau, are trailing at 13% and 8% respectively. However, in head-to-head matchups, Tory and Bradford both hold a slight advantage over Mayor Chow.
No matter how you cut it, she's got the younger vote, I think. The battleground will be in Scarborough. And this is where Chow gets into trouble. She can beat Bradford and she can beat Bailau in Scarborough. But when John Tory's in the race against her, he does well in Scarborough also. Scarborough's going to be the battleground in this. The rest of the city is pretty well defined. North York and Etobicoke tend to lean center right. The former city in East York and York, they tend to vote center left. The battle is going to be Scarborough.
Well, speaking of John Moore on News Talk 1010 this morning, John Tory says that he's still thinking about a potential run in 2026.
Well, look, as they say when they have these polls, that there is no election on today and there's no candidacy on my part. And I'm not running around promoting myself. What I'm doing is working hard for the community. I'm working on the board of TIFF, the film festival. I'm, helping Scarborough Health Network. I'm helping the community living organization, all kinds of things to try and make the city better, which is something you can do when you're not the mayor. And so that's what I'm doing. And, the world, I'm very encouraged. I feel these polls when I walk on the street because people come up and tell me I should run, but that's a big decision to make. And I said I would think about it to all these very nice people, and we'll just go on from there.
So John Tory remaining pretty non-committal there. Mayor Olivia Chow was asked about the poll, and she says she hasn't decided about running again next year.
I am focusing on fixing the old infrastructure that I inherited. When I first came into being a mayor 2 years plus ago, I inherited a financial mess. We were $1.8 billion in the hole. There was a huge deficit. And thanks to the leadership of Premier Ford, we signed a new deal. And as a result, we were able to put in the historic investment to TDC, $500 million.
Well, it's 5:56, 23 degrees. This is Live at 5.
Still to come, the Blue Jays, they're in New York for a big series against the Yankees tonight. We'll have a preview coming up.
Well, Kevin Gausman gets the ball tonight. This is as the Toronto Blue Jays open a big 3-game series against the Yankees in New York. But right now, it's 5:59, 23 degrees. This is Toronto's breaking news, CP24.
We leave you with a live look at Festival Street as we head into the first weekend of TIFF. Matthew McConaughey's walking the red carpet in a couple hours. Thanks so much for watching. CTV News at 6 is next.